Hello students. In the previous two video lectures, you have learned how to solve wave equation and heat equation. Now today we'll see how to solve two-dimensional Laplace equation with given initial and boundary conditions. So here there is an example. This is two-dimensional Laplace equation. So solve this two-dimensional Laplace equation with the given conditions. So we have four conditions. When x is equal to 0, u is 0. When x is equal to L, u is 0. When y is 0, then u is 0. And when y is a, then u is sine pi x by L. U is a function of x and y. Okay, so let's start to solve this. So we have two-dimensional Laplace equation and we call it number 1. So as usual, we want to solve this Laplace equation by method of variation of parameter. So we take u is the product of two functions, one as a function of x only and another one is a function of y only. Okay, so for the now del square u by del x square means this, and del square u by del y square is x d square y by dy square. So we substitute the two second order partial derivatives in equation 1, and now the 1 will become this y d square x by dx square plus x d square y by dy square is equal to 0. So the given Laplace equation was a partial differential equation, but now we have an ordinary differential equation. Equate this to lambda. Lambda is some constant. So this equation is divided into two ordinary differential equations. Okay. So now for lambda, we have three choices. Lambda may be greater than 0, lambda may be equal to 0, and lambda may be less than 0. We are doing the same things as we have already done in the solution of wave equation and heat equation. So let's see what happens. If lambda is greater than 0, then lambda can be written as k square for some non-zero real number k. Then the two ordinary differential equations will have these solutions. X is this, because both ordinary differential equations are linear differential equation with constant coefficients. So they will have these solutions. These are complementary functions only, and u is their product. So here we have multiplied the two, x, and this is x and this is y. So now if lambda is equal to 0, then the two ordinary differential equations are nothing but these two. Okay. Now this differential equation will have this solution, and this differential equation has this solution by integrating 2 times this. Okay. Now u is a product of x and y, so this is capital X and this is capital Y. Okay. Now the third case is lambda is less than 0. It means lambda can be expressed as negative of square of some non-zero real number minus k square. So again the two, in this particular case, the two differential equation reduces to these two, and again that both are ordinary differential equations with constant coefficients, and they are linear also. So this equation has this as solution, and this differential equation this has solution. Okay. Now u is the product capital X and capital Y. This is capital X and this is capital Y. Now we have three solutions in three different cases. So which one solution is considerable? So here I have written here, now all the three cases are to be considered with the given boundary conditions, as there is not any direct physical condition for the Laplace equation. Because in case of wave equation we have some physical condition, In case of heat equation, we also have some physical condition, but in case of Laplace equation, we don't have any direct physical condition. So initially we have to consider all the three cases, and so out of the three cases, we choose those solutions which are compatible with the condition given in a particular problem based over two-dimensional Laplace equation. That is, in every problem we need to check all the three cases. So let's take all the three cases one by one. In this particular problem, we have these conditions. There is one more condition, but now we use only these three conditions. So first we consider the first case. In this first case, the solution was a e raised to the power kx plus b e raised to the power minus kx multiplied by c cos ky plus d sin ky. And now put in that solution, we put x is equal to 0. When we put x is equal to 0, then that solution reduces to a plus b multiplied by this is equal to 0. This cannot be 0 always, so we write a plus b is 0. A plus b is 0 means b is equal to negative of a. Now again we substitute y is equal to 0 in the same solution. So then we have this, and this will give us d is equal to negative of c. So use this value of b, negative of a, and this value of d, negative of c. The solution reduces to ac into e raised to the power kx minus e raised to the power minus kx cos ky plus sin ky. And now there is one more condition. You put x is equal to L. So when we put x is equal to L here, then again u is 0. So if we put L is equal to x is equal to L, then you can see this cannot be 0 always, this cannot be 0. It means this AC has to be 0 for this condition. Now AC, the product of A and C is 0, means either A is equal to 0 or C is equal to 0. So if we take A is equal to 0, then the solution becomes 0, because A is 0 means B is also 0. And if we take C is equal to 0, then also the solution is 0. So it means in both the cases, both the cases makes the solution 0. So this case is rejected. Now we move on to the second case. In second case, the solution is uxy is equal to ax plus b multiplied by cy plus d. So we use this initial condition. So put x is equal to 0. When we put x is equal to 0, then we have b into cy plus d is 0. And this will give you b is equal to 0. And it means what? This solution reduces to only ax multiplied by cy plus d. Now again we use this condition, u L y is equal to 0. Now put x is equal to L here. So if we put x is equal to L, then and equate this to 0, then we have a is equal to 0. So b is already 0, and now we have a is equal to 0. So which also makes the solution 0, u is equal to 0. So this case is also rejected. Now we are left with only one case. And in that case, this case is when lambda is negative. And in this case, the solution was this. Now we use this initial condition, put x is equal to 0 here. When we put x is equal to 0, so this part will become 0. And here we have a multiplied by c e raised to the power ky plus d e raised to the power minus ky is equal to 0. And this will give you a is equal to 0. Now we use another condition, u L y is equal to 0. So a is equal to 0 means the solution reduces to b sin kx c e raised to the power ky plus d e raised to the power minus ky. And in that solution we put x is equal to L. So we have this. Now b cannot be 0 because a is already 0. If we assume b is 0, then again the whole solution will be 0. So therefore we can't take b to be 0. and this can never be 0, so we are left with only this part. So this part is 0, means k is equal to n pi by l, where n is natural number. Now we use the condition ux0 is equal to 0. It means here we have to substitute y is equal to 0. When we put y is equal to 0, then the solution reduces to b sine kx c plus d is equal to 0, and this will give you d is equal to minus c, because b cannot be 0. And now substituting this value of d in the solution, reduced solution, and you will have uxy is equal to bc sine ky e raised to kx e raised to the power ky minus e raised to the power minus ky. Okay, now what is this k? K is n pi by l. So now we substitute the values of k, and corresponding to every value of n is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we write here bn cn. So corresponding to each value of n, we have a solution, and now we assume bn and cn is nothing but rn, and multiply this part by 2 and divide this part by 2 and multiply this by 2. Then this will become sine hyperbolic function. So now the solution is nothing but 2 twice of Rn sine n pi x by l sine hyperbolic n pi y by l, where n is coming from set of all natural numbers. So this so it means for every value of n we have a solution. So the general solution is given by the summation of all these solutions. That means twice of summation n from 1 to infinity Rn sine n pi x by l sine hyperbolic n pi y by l, and we call it 3, equation number 3. Now using there is one more condition. So using this condition uxa is equal to sine pi x by l in this general solution, then we have, so now we are substituting y is equal to a here. So we have this, and now expand this summation. When n is equal to 1, then we have this term. When n is equal to 2, this term, and so on. So comparing both the sides, here we have sine pi x by l, here also we have sine pi x by l. So it means the coefficient of this is 1 and the coefficient of sine pi x by l on right hand side is twice of r1 sine hyperbolic pi a by l. So it means comparing both the sides, we have r1, the value of r1 is this, and r2, there is not any term of sine 2 pi x by l, so it means r2 is 0. Similarly r3, r4, all ri's are 0 except r1. So substituting this value of r1 and these values of ri's. So finally the general solution reduces to this, and now this is the required solution for the given Laplace equation. With this lecture, your course is completed, and if you have any queries or any doubts, you can ask through Google Classroom, and utilize your time and be safe at home.